Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network. Excited to bring you some plays, 15 of them in Major League Baseball. Hopefully, you are excited for today. I certainly am. It's bowling day, day number 2. Me and Derek were planning to tear up the lanes here again tonight. But again, hopefully, you guys had a great weekend. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click on the bell to get the latest notifications. Our text plays went 2-0. So whenever there is time that we can't do a video, we had bad storms again. My niece had a little accident. She is better now, but just in case we can't, make sure you go ahead and sign up to those text plays so you can get something there. But we are back on track and excited for some winners here today. Let's check out to see what is going on over here at ogcappers.com. You can see I had a great night. 9-1 yesterday. There is Jerry smoked the board 6-0. Ruben also had a great night in Major League Baseball, as well as Pravi and Tony T, just crushing it, getting it done, you guys. And then over the last 7, you can see it's Danny and Ron Hahn, Daniel, Mark, and CJ Sturgeon. Over the last 30, some familiar names. There they are again. Hot cappers, you guys. Ruben, Danny, Ron, Mark, and Tony T. So make sure you pick up one of our pick packages here today. Make sure you use this promo code OG20 to save you 20% off at checkout. Also, you guys, make sure that you remember that whenever you purchase all of our pick packages are profit guaranteed, meaning that if we don't turn a profit, you get credits back to your account. So if you purchase one of Ron's packages and Ron happens to lose, which he won't, you do get credits back to your account. So don't forget to come back and reuse those to get yourself some additional winners. But we're ready to stay hot here tonight. All right, you guys, here it is. It is the 15 free picks, Major League Baseball for 5/22. It is my daddy's birthday. But he's passed like 9 years ago, but we are still always celebrating, right? But today we're going to go ahead and give you a side and total. So it'd either be money line, run line, or that total. Also be a confidence factor, and of course, a score prediction. So what this is I track all of the plays thus far in Major League Baseball. It's about 1,200 already, 400, 400, 400 approximately. And then I know with my variance how often it hits versus Vegas opening lines versus the sports books. All right, ready for some winners? Let's get moving. Here we go. First game out features the Orioles and the Cardinals. I think they're going to have to finish that suspended game there first that's sitting at 1-1. But we got Lance Lynn here so far for the Cardinals on the mound. You know, he's been having a little bit of an elevated ERA, but you got Kyle Bradish. He's been doing great. And then suddenly this Orioles offense, like you saw yesterday, isn't great or hasn't been great over the last couple series. 3% lower than their season average. Orioles offense also only right now a 214 batting average. All right, let's go ahead and go under the total. It's our best one sitting there at 59%. Twins versus the Washington Nationals. This has been a wild series, right? The Nationals won like 12-0. And what did the Twins win yesterday? Like 10-2 or 10-0 something. I mean, it's been pretty crazy. But Mr. Woods Richardson, I think, who has one of the longest names in Major League Baseball, has a 3.45 over his last 3 versus Irvin, 3.18. We're going to go ahead and take this Twins team on the money line, even though we have a virtual tie in the scoring model. The scoring model is a little bit different than the talent model that we do. But we just want to make sure all of these things kind of work in tandem, right? So 64.1% of the time, the Twins will be the play. Like we said, they're off a big showing with those 10 runs. Let's take the Twins. All right, Mets versus Guardians, Progressive Field Stadium. The Mets starting pitcher is Jose Quintana. He has a high elevated ERA, 9.69 over his 3 compared to his overall season of 5.21. You have McKenzie. Now, he's been doing okay, but we're going to go ahead and go over this total of 8.5, having it come in at 9. Have the Guardians winning this one at minus 135 odds. 59.2% of the time. This will be it. That Mets bullpen has been trash lately. 5.1 runs is what they've been averaging. Yikes. And then the Guardians offense suddenly showing up in a big way. Let's go ahead and take the over. All right. We're doing this one again. Man, I don't think so. Are we? Maybe it's just because we're doing the finish of the game. All right. Well, we'll do this one here. This one is going to be Means versus Gibson. Maybe that's me just going ahead and adding stats and not being real careful. So we must have both games on here. We're going to finish the first one and then go to this one. So we have Means on the mound for the Cardinals, and we have Gibson on the mound for the Cardinals. Means, Orioles. Gibson, Cardinals. Pick is going to be Orioles here on the money line. That starting pitcher there for the Orioles is 1.7 ERA, runs lower than the Cardinals, and that Orioles bullpen has been pretty darn good, 1.475. There we go. Taking the Orioles game number 1 or 2. All right, here we go. Angels, Astros. Angels putting up a good showing here versus the Astros at Minute Maid Park. We got Mr. Anderson on the mound here for the Angels, 3.6 ERA, a little bit elevated. Astros starting pitcher, though, Hunter Brown, he's also not been great, 7.71 ERA overall. We're going to go ahead and go back on the Angels here again, taking them on the run line. We'll take them plus 1.5 runs. Angels offense is scoring 1.5 more runs than their season average over the last 3. That Angels offense is batting over 3% higher as well, and capitalizing there on opportunities, putting up on average 6.93 runs. Yeah, so you can see all of it. Their offensive factor 12% higher, and batting .832 slugging percentage. Let's take the Angels. Detroit versus Kansas City. So far, it's been all Kansas City. 60.2% of the time, the play is going to be on the under. You can see I have Detroit winning barely 4-3. But we're going to go ahead and take Reagan's, who's been pretty good. We're going to take Skubal, that's also been really good, 1.96 ERA over his last 3, and go under this total. It's kind of one of the more, I think the Tigers offense is going to still fail to show up. They're 8.7% lower right now than what they had been batting all season. Only a .216 batting average. All right. The Brewers and the Marlins. Look at this. We're going to go ahead and take the Marlins here on the run line, plus 1.5. It's going to be Peralta on the mound for the Brew Crew, 6.19 ERA. That's elevated off of his overall 4.17. And we're taking Luzardo, 2.04 ERA. He's been smoking it here over the last 3 games compared to his high 5.02 ERA. So we're going to go ahead and take this Marlins team, who has a 4% higher batting average than what they had been. All right, let's do it. Let's take the Marlins on the run line. All right, here we go. It's our text play of the day. So if you want this one, you got to text the word WIN, W-I-N, 223-203-1821. Again, we swept it 2-0 yesterday on the text plays, 65.3% of the time. This is going to be our second highest play on the board. So if you want this one, text me. WIN, 223-203-1821. Giants, Pirates, they put up, 13 yesterday? Just totally went over the total at 7.5. And this one looks like that's going to be going that way again. Let's go over that 7.5 total. It's coming in at 59.7% of the time. Have the Pirates beating the Giants 6-3. And that's because Giants Snell been bad. 11.57. Just not good. And the Pirates starting pitcher, Jay Jones. Julio Jones is on the mound, 2.37 ERA over the last 3 games. So let's go ahead and go over Giants offense right now. They're scoring 1.5 more runs than their season average. The offense is batting about 4% better. But the Pirates are the ones that are showing up in big ways here as well. Let's go ahead and go over the total. The Rangers versus the Phillies. We have Dane Dunning on the mound, 4.40 ERA. versus Mr. Walker, 3.47 Walker, Texas Ranger. Phillies pitchers now are, you can see, much better than this Texas team. We're going to go under the total, though. We have it coming in at 8 when this is setting at 9.5. Rangers offense has been about 4% lower than their season average here over their last 3 games. They've failed to show up, only scoring about 2 runs a game. And again, if we take a look at runs scored, batting average, on base over the last 3 games, 12% lower than usual. Only hitting .596, slugging there as well. Red Sox, Rays. That's the Tropicana. Brian Bayo, 4.02 ERA, pretty similar to his overall. And then we have the Rays starting pitcher, Pepio, who has a 2.57 over his last 3 games, 3.68 over the 2024 season. Let's go over this total, 7.5. You can see the scoring model has it coming in at like 7, but there's kind of some rounding issues there. It's because the Red Sox offense right now, they're hitting 12.5% higher than what they have been, scoring 6.93 runs per game. The Red Sox has had that huge slugging percentage right now, 8.40, you guys. And then also, we're going to go ahead and have today a 5% park factor at Tropicana Field. Let's go ahead and go over this total. All right, Mariners, Yankees. What's going on with the Mariners? Suddenly they're hitting some long balls. It's kind of fun. And now we have Mr. Miller time on the mound, 5.40 ERA. So he's been a little bit elevated. We also have Nestor Cortez. He's been pretty good, similar to his overall 3.56 ERA. Let's go ahead and take the Mariners on the run line. Take that 1.5, you guys. Take it. The Mariners bullpen, like I said, 2 saves in 2 days. Coming off a big win, scoring 6 runs. Mariners offense, they're suddenly batting 2.8% higher than their season average. It's nice to see the Mariners producing 781 on base slugging there as well. Let's take Mariners on the run line. Sox, the other White Sox, and the Blue Jays. Man, this was my only loss, you guys, yesterday. I had the Blue Jays over the White Sox in the first 5, and they lost 2-0. It was embarrassing. But goodness, we got Nastrini on the mound here. He hasn't pitched yet for this Sox team. And we have Bassett on the mound, who has that 4 ERA, which is less than his 5.03 overall. But we're going to go ahead and go over the total. We're going to take everything into consideration, starting pitching, that we don't really have any, what do you want to say, assets, value-added information. So we're going to go in ahead and taking a look at this as a bullpen game. But that White Sox bullpen, look, 5.02. We're going to go over the total here. Under. It was under 11 yesterday. They scored 7. Under 9 today. Let's take it, you guys. Let's take it. I have the Braves winning this one 4-3. Got the victory with the Cubs there yesterday. Cubs offense is scoring 1.5 runs less than their season average, and only being able to muster about 2.9 runs per game total overall, that is. But we have Steele on the mound, 6.28 ERA. We know that he can do better. And we have Fried on the mound, 3.44. We know he can do better. Cubs offense here, they're hitting at 4% lower. Like I said, 4% lower. So I think that's going to go ahead and help us stay under in this one. And next up, we went the wrong way. There it is. Rockies, A's. Man, I thought the Rockies were just going to totally go ahead and take control of that there yesterday. Did not get that done. So the A's came back and won, but let's go ahead and go under the total here in that A's ballpark. Rockies on offense, only 601 on-base slugging percentage. They have only had a 2.04 batting average here over the last 3 games now. So suddenly it's the Rockies offense that's struggling here. We also have Mr. Spence on the mound for the A's that hasn't pitched yet this year. And Gomber, he's been exceptional. 0.48 ERA. Let's go ahead and go under this total. Then our last one here, the Dodgers versus the Diamondbacks. It's going to be our VIP special here today. 67.2% of the time, this will be the winner. This is our highest variance today on the board. So if you want this one, just go to ogcappers.com, click the VIP section, and then find this game. You will also have our VIP, our best of the best in the other sports there as well. What a bad time to yawn. Jeez. I guess I need more coffee. I think that's what it comes down to. But you guys, make sure you check out our video series here with Bo, and Alec has a video out for you today. I've heard that Mark and Butterscotch, same person, Mark and Butterscotch, and Ron, they're going to send me some videos here today with some Major League Baseball and, of course, the NBA Finals. So hopefully you check back with our channel throughout the day. Make sure you go ahead and hit the notifications so you will get those when we put them out. All right, you guys. Hey, have a good one. We'll chat with you later. Bye-bye.